Welcome into Sports City Nation. It is another Wednesday in our March movie madness. So, we're going to find out which round was a clean sweep. We'll find out which movies are moving on.
You're going to find out why I'm bringing drama into this drama region.
Love it.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between by idiots for idiots.
This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. Welcome back, sinners. This is Season 2 of Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome in, all you idiots and fools, as it is April Fool's Day. So, I brought in all the fools I can find. We are excited to continue our movie March Madness. Our old pals, Brent, and super old pal, as far as how long it's been, Alex, man, great to see you. But you have a bone to pick, I think, with T.I. Let's start there, dude. The floor is yours, Alex.
I'm a little bit upset, T.I. This drama region, it's starting with drama, let me tell you. Because how does Pulp Fiction go up against Goodfellas in the very first round, in the round of 64? I don't get it. I don't know who was on the voting committee, but I got a bone to pick there.
So look, there wasn't really a voting committee. What it is I randomly spent about an hour. I picked 64 of my favorite movies, and I didn't necessarily rank them from 1 to 16 in each region like a tournament. I tried to match them with if they had something in common, if they were kind of like spawned from the other, like there was a little bit of that, like for instance, we had Animal House going up against Old School in the first round, like stuff like that. So I tried to match them up to where, like in the first round, we had like the Dark Knight going against Sin City. So we had like, a little bit of a Frank Miller kind of connection between both that and, kind of just having fun with it. But yeah, the drama region was tough because I had to find a way to incorporate some horror movies as well. And it was a little tough to kind of match up because it was like, man, because I didn't want to have a tournament without any horror movies in it. But unfortunately, I couldn't have a horror region. So we decided we'll just do a whole nother bracket maybe around Halloween and just do all horror movies, like a whole horror movie tournament,
Nightmare on Elm Street versus Scream in round one. I mean, I understand the correlations and everything, but man, what a rough
it's tough.
What a rough outing for Scream in the round of 64.
Hey,
I know, tough. You're not the first person to raise that beef.
Buzzer beater got him.
Yeah, exactly. The buzzer beater. So, T.I., walk us through, if you have not been following, make sure, I don't say this a lot, but make sure you actually stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin. Just kidding. Go back to these Wednesday episodes over the last month because you're going to want to see how the bracket shook out and how it is shaking out. So, but T.I., give us the rundown of where we're at right now.
Yeah, we are in the we're moving into the Elite Eight. After today, we will have narrowed it down to 8 movies. We are working through the action region, comedy region, drama region, which has already brought its own drama to the forefront, and the nostalgia region, which to me has been the toughest of all of the regions to navigate because all of them are near and dear movies to a lot of our hearts we all grew up with. But with that being said,
all right, let's do it.
I think it's time to dive back in. All right, so we've got here in the action region, we have got The Dark Knight has moved on another round and then is facing another comic book movie. We have Dark Knight versus Avengers Endgame. I'm gonna sit back and let you guys kick this off.
Man.
So let's Adam, you want to go first here?
Yeah, so I will go Dark Knight, and this is my stance. I am overall Batman. Grew up, Michael Keaton, 1989, Batman. And then the animated series I'd watch after school. And so I'm so pro Batman that even though deep down the story and everything with anything Avengers is just remarkable. I'm gonna go, all things Batman over anything that is Iron Man or Hulk or all of that. So I'm just gonna plant my flag and say Batman. Um, I'm curious, Brent. Let's shoot over to you.
Yeah, I think in the first video we did, I said like as a group of films, a whole saga, you got to go with Avengers, but
We're just talking one.
the-
Yeah, one
yeah, the
movie.
Dark
Yeah,
Knight's a better film. I mean, it's an all-timer. Does it have problems? Yes. Did it need an editor? Yes. Is the Joker like the best villain ever? Also, yes. So I mean, it's an incredible movie, and like
yeah.
I'll put it this way, like you can actually remember each scene and how it unfolds and blah blah blah. Whereas like Endgame is like this big blur of you know 12 films to me, and I'd have a hard time saying what actually happened in that movie other
That's
than it
fair.
wrapped it up and Avengers Assemble. All right, go
Yeah, yeah.
Alex.
So I just may be one of those people who want to see the world burn. I don't think Avengers Endgame should have even beat Die Hard to get out of the round of 64. So yeah, I am definitely going the Dark Knight here. And yeah, one of the best villains, that we've seen on screen.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. It's a slam dunk here. It's a Dark Knight for me. Dark Knight is probably top 5 all time movie for me. I've seen it many, many times. I was there opening day in the theater. From the opening bank heist to the interrogation
so
to
good.
the night vision fight, in the building with the Joker, where he's got the dogs and he's got all the hostages, masquerading as cops and vice versa.
Yeah,
Like it, man,
just
it's just so
unreal.
good. To him hanging there on the thread, just happy as a clam. To him hanging out of the cop car, like everything about it is just phenomenal. So yeah, Dark Knight, without a doubt, moves on to the Elite Eight for sure.
Did you guys see
So
that
that
one
was
in
easy.
movie? Did you guys see that one in movie theaters? That one, I don't remember going to the movies a lot back then, but that one was big enough to get me to go to the movies.
1,000,000,000%.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. I was so stoked to see it. Being a whole group of people went on opening day, went to IMAX, had about 12 people. Were all lined up. We were sitting in the middle. Oh man, it was just phenomenal. I just remember when he came in and he's like, you want to see a magic trick? Oh man, just I was like, this Joker is here, man. After we watched it, at the end of it, we were all like, the movie should have just been called The Joker,
Yeah. But shout out to Batman Begins and the end where there's a Joker card, because
Yeah.
that really, really, really set the stage. And then we were all unhappy when we found out that 10 Things I Hate About You was going to be Joker. We're like, 10 Things I Hate About this movie. However, then certain pictures and short videos were getting released before the movie, and you're like, uh-oh, I've made a grave mistake in doubting, and then we're
Yeah.
just like, everyone is just like in solidarity, like pumped up to see it. And then he dies, and now it's like, well, hold on, now this is becoming like The Crow or something, right?
Yeah,
So
I still think Nolan really has been elusive with it, but I still think they had full plans for Joker in the third one, because with them left him dangling there and everything. Like, I think that was the whole point, man. And when he passed away, obviously they had to rush the whole Two-Face thing for Dark Knight Rises and everything, and and bring in Bane. And yeah, just kind of, I feel like once he passed, they just kicked up the Aaron Eckhart story and were like, okay, hey, we're going to fast track this one a little bit in the Dark Knight.
yeah, and it was still okay. They brought in the
Oh, it's
Pittsburgh
great.
Steelers. They got all the Pittsburgh
That was
Steelers,
cool.
put them out there on the field. Hines Ward's out there running. It
Yeah.
worked. It was fine. But yeah, Dark Knight moves on. All right, what do we got? What do we got next?
Brain talk
Oh,
like
man.
Sean Connery in a Darth Vader mask, and you couldn't understand him the whole fucking movie, and it got really annoying. What the hell was that? And I love Tom What's His Nuts, but like that
Tom
was
Holland.
horrible. Yeah. No,
That's actually
Spider-Man.
that's actually what his birth certificate says.
Or-
Tom What's His Nuts, actually.
Not Holland. Yeah, not
Tom Hardy.
Hardy.
Um,
Not
Yes,
Holland.
Tom Hardy. Like Peaky
So,
Blinders, like there's so much stuff he's done that's absolutely brilliant, but like
oh,
that was not the choice. But yeah,
I li-
next movie.
I did like it when that guy is in the beginning, the dude from Game of Thrones, he's on the plane, he's like, what'll happen if I take off this mask? He's like, it'll be painful for you,
Yeah.
But
All
right.
it was horrible. Like, how did they like land on that? Like, yes, that is the voice dumbass Americans are gonna love. I was just,
And we
and
did.
that's my
did.
problem with Nolan. Like, he can't find his groove sometimes. Yeah, here and there. All right,
All
next
right,
movie.
here we go. Next round. Oh man, the original Predator. Just Predator, not the Predator. Not Predator 2, but Predator going up against the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Two movies I've watched a million times as a kid. So, I'm gonna marinate on this for a minute. Brent, why don't you kick us off?
You're gonna say Ninja Turtles, but yeah,
I am, yes.
it's unless you're a 4-year-old, it's got to be Predator. I mean, that is just again absolute all timer. I think my comment from the first round was that movie zips. There's no dead space
Dead
in
air.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dead air. Like infinitely rewatchable. And like the first time you saw it, like I saw it on VHS in the 80s before you guys were even born, and uh, it was just incredible, and definitely, uh, it carved out its own space. It wasn't trying to really be anything else. That's what I remember about it. And the first Ninja Turtles, like I saw that in the theater too, and yeah, it's fun and all that, but I probably haven't watched it since it came out.
Shame on
So
you.
Yeah. Big shame.
no,
All right, so we got one Predator. Adam, I think you already said Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm curious about Alex.
Yeah, let's hear Alex. I'm kind of good. I have a theory.
I am 40. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is on TV all the time. I've watched it like probably, I don't know, 50 times more than I've like seen the Predator. I've probably only seen the Predator once or twice and seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles maybe like 100 times. And I mean, the story, it was real raw. It was real gritty compared to like the second one where they kind of like bring in a little bit of comedy, Casey Jones and just everything going on with him and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles learning who they were, man. Like it just hit a little bit different in the 90s. And yeah, that's where I got to lay my vote.
Yep.
so 3 4-year-olds and one adult.
Yeah.
That's fine. Hey, get your own podcast, Brenthrax.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
hijack yours.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
TMT.
okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, TMT is super important to me. I love the Predator. I love that story. And honestly, like if we're just putting it up as a better movie, maybe it could be considered a better movie. But I think I just gravitate more to Ninja Turtles. Always will. So I've got to overrule here and be the tiebreaker. It's got to be TMT.
We have
move on.
almost
What a tiebreaker.
12,000 votes. We have almost
Well,
12,000
if I-
votes.
It was 3
as
to
well.
1. The 4-year-olds
if I
won with the
Yeah,
nostalgia.
if I had picked the Predator, it would have been a tie. That's what I was saying. But I have a feeling there'll be a tie on at least one of these that we'll have to
sure.
go to the fan
Go to the
poll.
Which
Go
has
to the
been
fan
fun.
poll
We
on
did
the
got a
pages.
couple of those.
Brent, I am gonna go watch the Predator to go see what I may have missed.
We
Yeah.
had to do a fan poll
We're
It's
changing
on.
lives. We're changing
yeah.
lives on this show.
But
Get to the chopper. You'll never hear
Yeah.
a Ninja Turtle say that.
we did have to go to the fan vote for Blazing Saddles and Holy Grail. Blazing
Yeah.
Saddles ended up winning the fan vote from both Film Idiot Nation and Sports Idiot Nation. So
Black Sheriff.
But there
right.
we go. We've got there's our action region. Now we're moving on to comedy. These are all going to be tough. First one we got is Dumb and Dumber going up against Wayne's World.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber all day, man. And I love Wayne's
Yeah.
World. But I will say Dumb and Dumber has about 36 more quotable quotes because it has 5,000, whereas only 4,000 and change is Wayne's World. So that's why I'm going Dumb and Dumber.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
Tough
that.
matchups in the comedy. I'm on the Dumb and Dumber side as well, but yeah, I'm looking at the comedy division, and yeah, I think Animal House had like a kind of an easy run to the Sweet 16, and like Dumb and Dumber and Wayne's World
Yeah.
going up against each other, with Animal House and Short Circuit going up against each other. That's a little rough. That's a little rough that one of them aren't moving on.
They're the Arizona of like.
I
fine.
thought for sure that Spaceballs was going to get the nod, but Edward overruled. Edward in the last episode went with Short Circuit, which I did not see coming, but he did.
Yeah.
he
A
got
Block
it.
right at the buzzer.
Yep,
yeah,
we'll take
for
it.
real. It was he came through. He was like that
So-
exciting white for UConn, you know.
Yeah. So Dumb and Dumber has 2 votes. Ti, let's go to you. Let's have Brenthrax go last. So Ti,
Oh
what do you say?
man,
Yep,
this hurts. This hurts, man. God, man, I really want to say Wayne's World just because I love it so much. But
I
man,
know, I do too,
Dumb
man.
and Dumber is just
It's a
like
different
we
level,
said
man.
last time. There's just so
just-
many quotable lines. Like I still has one of my favorite lines in any movie ever. You know, when he comes out and he's talking to the undercover cop. He's like, "Oh, skis, huh? They yours?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Both of them?" You know. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
man,
best.
that's
And
just-
then
it's
the
funny.
whole like the random scene where they're in the diner, you know, and Seabass and just all that stuff. Like it's just it's
so
in a
many.
league of its own. But
It
man,
was Seabass Day the other day.
I didn't
The
know that.
date on the wall in the
Oh,
bathroom was
okay,
last week.
I saw some
Oh,
people
for good times.
sharing that, and I was wondering
Yeah.
what was going on. Okay.
Seabass Day. Okay.
Yeah, it was
got
like be here at like 1:17 a.m. sharp or something like that.
Yeah, and
You
he
know?
looks at his
Manly
clock.
Love.
He's
Yeah,
like,
so I gotta-
"Oh."
I gotta go Dumb and Dumber. Brenthrax, what about you?
It was March 25th at 2:15 a.m. sharp. For man. Yeah, I mean it's Dumb and Dumber all day. I mean, I
All right,
told you
sweet.
guys like I base most of my personality on that movie. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
same.
of
That's
course
rough,
it is.
because I bet you Wayne's World would sweep Animal House or Short Circuit, probably both of them.
I think so. You're
But-
probably
That was
right.
tough.
All right. Well, next, here we
Next.
go. As alluded to, the foreshadowing there, Animal House going up against Short Circuit. I'll let you guys roll with this one first.
Alex, you start. You start us, Alex.
I'm gonna go Animal House. I'm gonna say Short Circuit. I mean, I know Spaceballs was tough, but man, Spaceballs getting past the burbs, and maybe if it was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, maybe Short Circuit might not have got past there. I feel like that might be a sequel that surpassed the original, and it could have to do with
It's
the
great.
song, you know,
It's
at
great.
the very end of the movie.
Great movie.
So
It's great.
nostalgic. But I'm going Animal House. We're moving Animal House. That's where my vote's going.
Brent.
I think I know where Brent's going.
Short Circuit's only on here because it was in Jonathan's VHS collection as a 5-year-old. It's Animal
So?
House all freaking day.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
Absolute classic.
So I'll give my answer by simply doing this. That's my answer. And I love Johnny Five, but it is Belushi. I'm going with Belushi.
Yeah.
Fawn
Animal,
Leibowitz.
Animal House for sure. Animal House.
Oh
Absolute-
my God.
Absolute
sweet.
classic.
You sweeps.
What would Johnny Five think of you?
Man,
You would tell
he'd
me.
like
You
to
would
be a
tell me
pepper.
you would tell me my mother is a snowblower.
Yeah,
That's what he would say.
that's fine. Yeah, she's a nice lady.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at next?
Yeah, it's great. Great movie. All right, so we're moving into the drama region where we have lots of drama already.
Man, yeah.
Starting off, we have Jaws going up against Heat.
Oh
very-
man,
It's tough.
dude,
It's
I
tough.
don't
It's tough.
know, man. Well, here's what
It's
I'll
tough.
say: Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are my 2 reasons, and the best actors were Richard Dreyfuss and the Shark, and I'll take De Niro, and Pacino over the mechanical bull that was the Shark and Richard Dreyfuss. But I love Jaws. It's no hate on Jaws, but at the end of the day, a shoot 'em up movie in broad daylight, bro, with that cast where like Tom Sizemore is like the 8th best actor. Like I just have to go there. Brent was making some faces. Do you disagree or do you agree?
No, I totally disagree.
The mechanical shark all day, right?
Yeah, his name is Bruce, and yeah, he can outact Al Pacino. She's got a great ass. You get it
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
Hooah! Hooah!
But no,
Yeah.
but no, Robert Shaw, freaking Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Spielberg, first
Yeah, it's a great
blockbuster,
movie. It's a great movie.
incredible, story, all of it. It's the all timer. It's a top 5 movie for me. So
All right.
Jaws all day.
Alex, help me out.
all day.
So I will say that like Jaws is probably like that like High Point fucking university that somehow it gets past Forrest Gump, and I mean Pulp Fiction and Goodfellas are all in the same little quadrant over there, and that's the one that comes
He
out.
still has beef. Ti, he still has a big
Yeah.
beef.
For sure. I mean, maybe they were just draining their threes,
Yeah.
but either way,
Their loads.
I think Heat is going to win the shootout here. That's where I'm
Alright.
putting my vote behind.
All right, Ti, bring us home.
Oh man.
Is it going to be a fan vote, or
I-
is Heat going to take it? Just tell us.
Heat is a multi-genre movie, action movie, drama, incredible acting, incredible
Okay.
sequences. But I think we're gonna have to go to the fan vote for this one. I think we're gonna have to go.
Okay,
to
the
pages.
Quad Box has delivered
Yeah.
a
tie.
no
We have a
call
tie.
here.
So
right.
I gotta go with Jaws. I gotta go with Jaws as a kid. It just
All right.
captivated me. I went to Universal Studios. Actually, I have a funny
I did
story.
too. That's a great
I have a
ride.
very funny story. You can find a YouTube video about it, but there's about this guy who sued Universal Studios. He fell into the Jaws ride. He fell into it
The
and
water.
ended up getting hurt pretty bad. Ended up getting hurt. Like I don't know if he got like shocked. Because there's all kind of mechanicals obviously underneath there and everything. Well, the funny thing is that was at the summer that like Universal Studios Florida opened. I used to go down. My grandmother had a condo down in Satellite Beach, and I would go down as a kid. And she took me and my cousin that year when they opened. We were the last people to ride that ride.
Bro, what
and then
year?
It shut down.
What year roughly was this?
I think it was 90, but I don't recall for sure.
I was there in 93. Same ride.
Well, so for like a year, it was shut down, right? Or like 6 months or something. They had to go back and they had to redo the whole thing. So we got off the ride. They were like started freaking out, had to shut it down. And all these people who worked there started talking like, hey, this guy just fell into the ride. He fell into the ride, all that. So like we were the last group of people to ride that ride before this dude fell in. And afterwards, they changed the whole ride. Like the shark didn't bust through the wall anymore. There were all this stuff they changed from it. But that ride as a kid, man, it just engrossed me. I was hooked on every Jaws movie after.
No, it was awesome.
So I got to go Jaws, man. Jaws is important. But man,
All right.
he wouldn't have made it that far if it didn't mean so much to me. So
Yeah.
I know I
All right,
wrote it. I cannot remember when though. Wasn't there fire
it was so
somewhere?
good.
Like did
Yeah,
the shark
there's
catch on
fire.
fire?
Yes, there
the
was
guy
fire.
shoots the shark
Kill
and
it with
blows the
fire,
shark
yeah.
up.
It was like
You got,
Jaws
like,
too.
Before they changed it, you would go in this little boat dock house, and he's calling for this guy. He's like, Steven,
And it was dark, and then it got dark.
Yeah, and you could see the guy floating in the water,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, and then the shark busts through the wall, and
Dude,
it was
epic.
yeah, it was
Dude,
I
unreal,
just have a
man.
vague memory of it. I know I
Yeah.
did. I know I did it.
But
I was like 12 years old.
But I remember the story about the guy falling in, and one day I would just randomly was watching some YouTube videos. I like to watch stuff like YouTube videos about theme park rides and stuff, like old ones. And I came across this one talking about Universal Studios Florida, and they started talking about that, and they were interviewing the guy, and I was like, oh my god, it really did happen. I just thought it was some shit they made up,
Yeah.
What's even scarier is I saw Jaws 3D and Jaws: The Revenge in the theater.
Hey, I like Jaws Revenge. It gets a bad rap, but I like it.
Oh,
I like it. I like the opening scene. Oh, the opening scene's so just they're out in the water, late at night. Like you shouldn't be out there. You knew bad things were going to happen.
Yeah.
But
When they get naked, it's going to be bad.
We will. So for the viewers, we will throw the poll up on Film Idiot Nation, Sports Idiot Nation. You'll have plenty of time to vote, and you will find out next episode which movie moved on. All right, and so the last of the drama region, 2 movies who couldn't be so beyond contrasting, really different. Field of Dreams going up against Nightmare on Elm Street. I will let the gang start this one off because this is so wild.
Mine will be super easy. We've said this every single episode. I'm not big into horror, and I love baseball. So for me, that's where it stands. Brenthrax, you're not agreeing, obviously. So, and that's fine. That's fine. So it's 1-1 so far. We already know Brenthrax. There. It's okay.
Petty rules.
Yeah. Alex, where are you at on this? I know you're not a big baseball guy either, so.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just more into football now because MLB is just like kind of boring, man. There's like a couple good teams
that's
and
fair.
162 fucking games, and it's a lot. And Freddy's a little bit more nostalgic for me than Field of Dreams, man. So I think we're
that's
going with
completely
Nightmare
fair.
on Elm Street. And
I
I
know
mean,
T.I.'s
get
going
past
there
Fight
too.
Club. Like, man, I mean that's
I was mad about that.
Yeah, that was
tough.
tough. That was tough. That was a tough one to pass on. But yeah,
I'm overruled here. I know.
I'm Elm Street, man. I'm Freddy.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody
I'm
that
okay
I was
with it.
anybody I dressed up as Halloween like 3 years in a row, like he's probably going to win. So it looks like Freddy is moving on to face the winner of what the internet tells us. So he's either going to be in a shootout with De Niro and the boys, Val Kilmer and the boys, or he's going to be going up against Jaws, which it would be fitting. All right, so here we go. Ooh, man, this is a tough one. Back to the Future versus the Goonies.
Oh man,
that's tough.
This seems like it's been has this been the toughest region the whole time to vote?
Yeah,
to me it has,
like, dude. To me
it has.
Too.
Yeah,
Alex, you start this one, Alex.
Oh man,
I don't know.
This one's tough because, like, man, you're talking about 2 movies that I don't know. Like, I just feel like are
shaped
for sure in my top 10. Like, maybe even on the right day could sneak into the top 5. I know it's just one single movie, but like just the impact that Back to the Future, has had. Like, the Goonies has had a huge impact on me. Like, I literally spent like $300 plus on a Goonies Lego. Like, that came out a couple months ago.
Oh, that Goonies Lego is so tight. Oh, it's so tight, dude. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy is, like, I have like all these Back to the Future DeLoreans, and I got like from Comic-Con in 2013, I bought these $40 Back to the Future DeLoreans, like these special edition ones, and like now they're worth like $200. So it's like no matter what, like I feel just like Back to the Future is just the bigger franchise. I know we're talking about one movie, but yeah, like it's got to be Back to the Future.
All right, I dig. Brenthrax.
It's no contest. Back to the Future.
No contest. Wow.
No, it's just pure movie making magic. I mean, Back to the Future. I said it on the first podcast, like that was. I remember summer '85, but that was the coolest movie ever. And I think they came out the same summer, honestly. And Goonies forever, but Back to the Future. I told you guys the screenplay is studied in writing class, and it's just excellent movie making. I didn't really care for the sequels, but that first one is a perfect movie.
T.I.
Oh man, they say Goonies never die, but sometimes.
Oh, that's the phrase. Sorry.
Sometimes they just don't move on.
They fall. They don't move on.
I gotta agree. Here. Back to the Future, and I will go out and say, like, I even think that the movies. Brent, you said you really didn't care for the sequels. I think the sequels were great. I think I even as a kid was like, I don't really know how I feel about the third one. And then I went back and watched it about 10 years ago, and I was like, man, I forgot how actually good this is. Like it was really good
Clara
for them
Burton.
to actually continue the story and have it interesting and not just rehash the same shit. You know, I love Back to the Future. What I really love about Back to the Future was it was the first time, at least that I knew of, like at the end of the movie, they let you know that, hey, guess what? There's another one coming. Because they're like, right in the end,
To be
like, boom,
concluded.
to be
Concluded or to
and,
be continued.
and
Those pretty
was it
much
to be
filmed,
continued, you know?
They filmed
Yeah.
back to back and like pretty much released like within a year of each other, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, and man, it was just
Like
the story
Lord of the
was
Rings?
great.
How they did
I
that,
loved
like-
him going back, and you know, and he's in the diner, and he's like, what you know, I can't remember what game he's playing, you know, and like it's just the kids are just made, and then he's obviously takes the little scooter, breaks it, and he's like skateboarding, and his kids are just like blowing their minds, you know. It was groundbreaking, man.
Do you know who the kid is in there? The famous kid that's in there? One of those two kids is pretty famous.
Oh, I don't. Who in that one scene there, at the town square, you know, like
Yeah.
I
you
do
know it
not.
all? In number 2, we're talking about number 2.
Yeah, you know,
Where he's
Oh.
shooting it's the gun game, and
Yeah,
he's like,
wild.
"Wait,
He's playing a
use
wild
your
gunman, you
hand?"
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's no, I have seen this on a like a meme or whatever.
It's
but
been
I can't-
it's
I can't
because
remember.
It's a Toby. No, it's not Toby Maguire. That's the wizard.
you're
Toby
you're
Maguire was in
knocking
the
on the door
wizard.
though with that answer.
Yeah,
It's Elijah Wood, and it was because
Yes.
Elijah Wood.
he's in that movie
yeah.
with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't know that was him in there, and yeah, that was like one of his first credits.
Yes, I do remember that now, but man, yeah, he was like 8 years old, like something like that.
Yeah.
And again, going back to freaking Universal Studios, that Back to the Future ride was just unreal as well, man. Yeah, Back to the Future was just the one. I love the Goonies, man. I absolutely love the Goonies. Always will love the Goonies. Just recently started watching the Goonies with my kid. We unfortunately had to turn it off. There were a lot of scenes that I forgot about, and I was like, oh, my wife was like, you said that this would be fine, and I was like, yeah, maybe he's not ready for it.
You
You
just
know,
say
he's only-
earmuffs or daddy words.
I was like, I told her, I was like, well, I know a couple scenes, and I can just kind of cough over the moments, you know. But he can read, you know. He's fucking 10 years old. He's super smart. And the whole beginning with Mouth, when he's like talking about the cocaine and the heroin and all this, and I was like,
It's 'cause
oh
we
my
saw it on
god,
Maybe not.
TV, and they cut that out.
yeah. And he's like talking about we keep the bodies up in the attic, like whatever
Yeah.
he said, and I'm just like, oh my god.
the sex torture room, and
And my kid, the sex torture room. And my kid's sitting here reading all this, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, man, my wife is gonna kill me. And we got to the point to where Chunk
You got to learn
was
Spanish for that part.
in the freezer with the dead body, and she was like, all right, we're cutting it off. And we switched to ironically another movie which is coming up next is the Sandlot. We switched to the Sandlot, which was way more kid friendly.
Yes.
So, you know, a few more years he'll be ready for Goonies, but he did learn some new words watching that movie.
Daddy words.
Back to the Future
Yeah.
moves on. I know Adam was
Yes.
going to pick the Goonies, but Back to the Future moves on. And here we are, last but certainly not least, the Sandlot, which hurts me that the Sandlot moved on over Ghostbusters, but I understand that's why we had that. That's why we have people with votes. But Edward picked the Sandlot over Ghostbusters. I know Adam loves the Sandlot. But now we have the Sandlot going up against Empire Strikes Back. For me, it's a no-brainer. I'll go ahead and kick it off. It's going to be Empire Strikes Back. I'm not even going to debate it. I love the Sandlot. It's a great movie. It'll probably stand the test of time. But Empire Strikes Back is just a gold standard to me of Star Wars and just sci-fi in general. So it's Empire Strikes Back for me.
Same.
You like baseballs?
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna stand
Alex,
10
yeah,
toes
I'm
down on the Sandlot just so it's not a clean sweep because
Okay.
it might not have deserved to get there. I mean, I would have voted for Ghostbusters if I was around for that one. But yeah, it doesn't deserve to get a clean sweep. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I voted for it.
That's fair. I have that same little Wampa toy as well, Brent. I think I sent you a picture of it. It's one of the few Star Wars toys I still have that my mom didn't somehow get rid of. Well, that's
I have
it.
like three.
That is the. Do what? What were you gonna say?
I have like 3 different versions of the
I was gonna
Wampa.
say-
I think.
I was gonna say before we
Oh,
move
yeah.
out of the nostalgia region, that Back to the Future the musical is freaking awesome because like that's how my son got into Back to the Future. We did its little rodeo and made its way to Vegas, and it was so good that he wanted to go see it again. And yeah, now he only has a DVD player in his room. He doesn't have like internet or anything, for streaming, and that's like one of the movies that's in rotation.
That's awesome.
That's great. Yeah, we're pulling it up soon for the kiddo. I told my wife, I was like, there's a few things in there we gotta teeter on. I said, I don't really want him to see in the doc get blasted, 5 minutes into the movie, but it's all good.
Yeah.
If he's seen any Disney movie, like every mom or dad died in whatever
Yeah,
Disney movie we're
Bambi.
talking
Like,
about.
what are we doing? It's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
I know. All right, well that's it, fellas. That's it. We're gonna have another
Nice work.
episode. We're gonna have some more work to do, so we'll call upon you guys to join in the fun. But that was it. Looks like we got a couple up for vote for the. Well, we only have one up for vote, huh? But that's
Yeah.
all right. We don't need to leave it up to
Josh,
the fans for
Drama in the
everything.
drama division.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. You want to hear something
All right.
ironic? I did not have a Wampa toy as a child. I had the Tauntaun, but
Now-
I never had a Wampa, and now I'm Captain Wampa.
Captain Wampa. On that
And-
note, Adam.
On that note, this is your reminder to check out the Wampas if you are in the Nashville area. Also,
Oh, yeah, please do.
if you love to win money and lots of it, you can do that with the help of one Alex Marino. So you can hit him up, of course, as always, all things fantasy football. He is your man. New episodes of Sports Idiot Nation come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means we will see you Friday. Thank you for watching this episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Remember, we are on all social media and on YouTube, and the podcast can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Remember, new episodes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, because you watch Sports Idiot Nation,
You would be the smartest idiot in the whole world.